think a wild night with my wife might have ended with her cheating on me. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. My girlfriend went on a trip with friends, and one of her closest friends called me saying she had cheated on me, but they didn't give me any proof. When I confronted my girlfriend, she denied it and asked why I didn't trust her. I asked for the guy's phone number, and she gave it to me. But later I found out it was actually another friend's number. When she tried to block him, she deleted the number instead. And when I asked her why the number was different, she didn't have an explanation. My girlfriend and I, both 23, have been together for 3 years. But lately, things have changed. For the past month, she's been distant and hasn't been interested in being intimate with me. She doesn't want to kiss or touch me like she used to. When I asked her what's going on, she said it's because she's been working with older men who constantly flirt and hit on her. I believed her and didn't think much of it at the time. Before my girlfriend came back from her girls' trip with her 2 best friends, she asked me not to come over and to give her a day to rest. She said she was exhausted from not getting enough sleep during the trip. I didn't think it was a big deal, so I decided to visit my parents instead of going to her place. After spending time with my family, my girlfriend and I went to her place. I was about to take a shower when one of her best friends, someone I've talked to a lot, sent me a message asking about my plans. I mentioned that I was thinking of proposing to my girlfriend the following weekend, since I had 3 days off. She then told me that she needed to talk to me about something important and asked to call me. Her friend told me that while they were on the trip, my girlfriend had confessed something to them. Apparently, my girlfriend had given oral sex to a coworker during a break and was thinking about taking it further with him. She also mentioned that she was supposed to meet him at one of his events later that week, but was unsure if she should go because of her feelings for me. The friend started apologizing profusely, saying she couldn't keep quiet knowing I was planning to propose while my girlfriend was being unfaithful. She knew I had a ring and was planning to ask my girlfriend to marry me. She told me my girlfriend was unsure whether to block the coworker's number or not. The friend apologized again, and we ended the call. I was shaking and went to look through my girlfriend's phone, but she quickly grabbed it from me and started doing something on it. I asked my girlfriend if we could talk in her room, and then I confronted her about the coworker and another guy who was sending her nude pictures. I had seen his messages pop up on her phone before, but she had told me she needed his number to get her work schedule. She denied everything and kept asking me who had told me about it. I asked to see her phone, but she ignored me and kept asking who had told me. When she finally gave me her phone, I didn't see anything suspicious. I was too shaken to drive, so I pulled into the backyard. I called the friend back and asked for more information and if she had any evidence. She told me that my girlfriend had met one of the guys in person and they had discussed a book about BDSM. The friend mentioned the title of the book and said that my girlfriend and the guy had continued talking about it over text messages. The friend also shared that when she asked my girlfriend if I ever checked her phone, my girlfriend said she wasn't worried because I only used her phone to send myself pictures of her, which was true. I just liked having photos of her to look at on tough days. Unfortunately, the friend couldn't provide any proof since their conversations were on Snapchat, which doesn't save chats. The friend continued to apologize to me, sobbing, before we ended the call. I was feeling lost and stunned, unable to think clearly. My girlfriend asked to talk, and I agreed. She got into my car, and we drove around while discussing what had happened. She denied everything, saying the conversation with her friend never happened and she didn't cheat. I could see that she had been crying. I asked for the guy's phone number, which she still had saved, and she gave it to me. My girlfriend asked me why I didn't believe her. As we drove, she pointed out that the friend who told me about the infidelity had actually discussed cheating on her own boyfriend during the trip, suggesting that maybe this friend was trying to discredit my girlfriend. When I asked about the book incident, my girlfriend specifically named the book and claimed that the guy wasn't involved in that conversation at all. During the drive, I asked my girlfriend to block the guys I mentioned earlier, and she agreed. This reminded me of a past issue we had when we first started talking. She had told me a guy was flirting with her at work, but later revealed they had hung out after work. She basically blamed me for the situation. Interestingly, she even pointed out his house to me while I was driving another time. Despite my doubts, I wanted to believe my girlfriend, and I loved her deeply. So, I decided to trust her. I got us food, took her home, and we cuddled in bed. As we lay there, she started blocking the guy's numbers. However, I noticed that the number she had given me earlier was different from the saved contact number. When she was about to delete the contact, I tried to swipe up to see more, but she quickly hit delete before I could. When I asked my girlfriend about the different numbers, she claimed it was a mistake and that she had given me the correct one for the guy. I left and drove home, and on the way, I did a quick reverse search on the number she provided. It turned out to be her friend's number, not the guy's. At first, she denied it and sent me a different number, claiming it was her friend's. But later, she admitted that the original number was indeed her friend's, texting me, and that she had given the guy's number for me when the guy spreading rumors about her at work if I confronted him. But honestly, I think I already know what's going on. I'd love to hear some outside opinions on this situation, though.
Story 2.
Am I wrong for thinking my wife is being selfish and not wanting to confront my family for her? My mom's 50th birthday is coming up, and her husband is planning a surprise trip. However, he's much wealthier than us, and the trip would cost my wife and me around $15,000, which is way beyond our budget. We earn a comfortable middle-class income, but we're not wealthy. I told him we couldn't afford to go on the trip, and he was understanding no pressure or guilt trips. But when he left, my wife got upset, saying he was being rude. I explained that he's from a wealthy background and doesn't realize how much $15,000 means to us. My wife thought it was unfair that we were being left out, but I disagreed. I said since we're the only ones who can't afford it, my mom should still go and have a great birthday. I don't feel left out or upset about it. My wife said that if my mom really cared about us, she would plan something more affordable. But I don't think that's fair. Everyone else in the family gets to have big, fancy birthdays. So I don't think my mom should have to scale hers back just because of me. My wife wanted me to talk to my family about how they made us feel, but I didn't see the point since I'm not upset. She got angry and said I should acknowledge her feelings, saying she thinks my family is being rude and selfish. I'm not willing to bring it up with them, and I told her not to mention it to my mom and ruin her birthday.